here in Houston, Texas. This brand new facility that the Hyenas have built for this season. Hyena Den Park Stadium, where the Houston Hyenas are going to take on the New Orleans Pharaohs. Houston coming in off of a loss last week. They are sitting at 3-2. New Orleans, they are coming off of 4 straight losses, so they will look to, 3 straight losses. They will look to right the ship today as they are sitting at 1-4. My name is Eric Vinson alongside Mighty RX himself, Max Paul. What's going on today, Max?
Hey, Eric, I can't wait to see what these Hyenas that are champing at the bit because of their last game place. It was not a favorable one for them. I can't wait to see what adjustments they make to kind of get over that hump and get back to that winning traction that we know the Hyenas are on.
As we go down to midfield for the coin toss. So New Orleans wins the toss. They will elect to kick to start things off, which means Houston will get the ball for this first half. This should be a great game here, Max. I'm looking forward to it here.
Interesting to see that the Pharaohs decided to go with their purple topped and gold pants to face the Hyenas in this matchup.
And we are underway here in Houston. Fielded just shy of the 10-yard line. They'll go ahead and bring it up to the 30. And that is where Houston will take over under the command of rookie quarterback Kentez Johnson. What do we expect to see from the rookie today here, Max?
Well, Kentez, the rookie quarterback, has the highest yards per attempt in the league, which means he's a big play threat right now. Good job by the young quarterback there, seeing the Pharaohs 3-3-5 defense, hot rodding his outside receiver to run a little quick out to allow him to have space after the catch for that yak and that big first down.
Speaking of that New Orleans defense, Arrington and Rolleman Hood are your corners. We'll get to the rest of them here after this play as Houston gets another reception out to the 48-yard line. That's the big tight end, Yassine Clifton, on the reception.
Beautiful footwork by the big man there. You know, the pass was a little behind him. He had to do a little ballerina work. Got his 10 toes down for that catch to count in that 7-yard gain to make life easy for them on the next down.
Obi Okoye and former Roughneck Heath McDaniel II out at linebacker. Kappa Jones, love to see the Kappas in the chat at free safety, and Tank Bennett at strong safety as Warren Murray bursts up the middle for another first down for Houston into opponent's territory at the 36.
This down, the Pharaohs were expecting run because Houston came out in a power set. New Orleans came out in a 4-4 defense, but they just overran the hole, which opened a giant gap for Warren Murray to kind of exploit and get that big gain right there.
So 1st and 10 from the 36. Johnson's going to take a deep drop. He's going to go 3 deep over the middle, and that's picked off. Going the other way for New Orleans. This big-time defense is going to make their first turnover of the game, and that's Tank Bennett on the interception.
Young quarterback there, didn't read what the Pharaohs was doing. The Pharaohs came with the corner cat blitz. That pressure got to him a little late, which forced him to throw that ball up. As you see, that ball was lofted up there with not much zip, allowed the Pharaohs to run underneath there and get that big-time turnover.
So 1st and 10 from the 19 for New Orleans. First overall pick in the rookie SFL draft, Xander Gold under center here for this Pharaohs offense as he has trips towards the top of your screen. He will hand it off to former Renegade Doc Bonkers, and he will get a 1-yard gain as he makes it out to the 21.
Pharaohs try to come out and trip tight and run that weak stretch, but Houston Hyenas were prepared for this one and loveless with the tackle right there.
So 2nd and 9 now. Gold is going to throw. His first pass is a completed one and cross the first down marker. That's number 1 receiver Wolf there with the catch, and that's a first down for the Pharaohs.
Great play by the Pharaohs there, coming down that ace quads where the wide receiver lines up in the slot, and he runs that quick slant route right there, hits him right in the breadbasket. Matt Wolf coming into this game is their only wide receiver with double-digit catches and also triple-digit yards. He's been the most reliable target thus far for the Pharaohs this season.
His other targets being Ermac Jackson and Leroy Brown at wide receiver, Brock Lee, the tight end. But Bonkers just zorches up the middle there, and he's going to get out to the 39-yard line. A good chunk of yards on first down for the former Renegade.
Job by the Pharaohs there, coming up in that tight power set, allowing Donk to get to the second level of that strong trap. Only had to make one man miss, couldn't, but it's a nice 6-yard gain for them. Makes second down a lot easier.
Gold will take the snap. He will swing it out to Bonkers coming out of the backfield. Nifty spin move, and he gets a first down out of that one out to midfield. Good move for Bonkers.
Now Bonkers there showing why he's the most productive running back in the passing game so far this season. This should be his 48th catch right here on this screen pass out of F-wing Jokers. Great way to spin off the first tackler, and was one more step away from being able to branch through that tackle to make that big gain even a more dangerous game.
Speaking of tackle, we've got Chad Tackle and Rodney Panani down there in the defensive trenches there. Tyleek Jones, Ryan Michaels are your corners. BJ Lovelace at linebacker, along with Blake Chance and Eddie Gage at safety, as they come up and make the play on Bonkers as he gets a 3-yard gain on that one.
The Pharaohs tried to spread out the Houston defense with that eye spread, strong outside zone. Houston wanted none of it. They were prepared to mitigate that gain and held it to only 3 yards.
3 wide receivers, I formation for Gold as he's under center. Gold is going to throw, hit as he's thrown, and it's going to be incomplete. And that's Chad Tackle. We mentioned him. He's a big presence down there at his defensive tackle spot.
And making his presence felt in the middle, coming into this game with 6.5 sacks. I know he wishes he was more productive, but their great job of getting to the quarterback and forcing an incompletion, which is a win for the defense.
So a 3rd and 7 now from the Houston 46. 5 wide, empty set for Gold. Gold looking for a man over the middle of the field, and that's incomplete. Looks like one of the refs hit the deck also. That will be a 4th down coming up, and New Orleans will have to punt.
There was an example of the young quarterback for New Orleans who comes in with the 5th worst passing percentage at 64.2%, not being able to connect with his young core receivers, which kind of forced them to have to be in this situation to punt right here.
First punt today from Gordon Gresmanis. It's a low snap, able to get it away. Fielded at about the 11-yard line, and that'll be all he gets. And they'll mark him down at the 14, give him a little bit of forward progress. Not great starting field position here for the Hyenas as they come out here.
Hyenas got a pair of big play threats at receiver. Hall of Famer DR Sim, who is number 2 in the league right now with yards per catch at 20.6. And Badir Ojaluni, who is not to be outdone, who's number 5 right now, 18.6 yards per catch to make big plays in the passing game.
Going with a bit of a heavy set here. Offset I formation for Johnson and company. Johnson's going to throw, has time. Short pass over the middle, and he's got Yassine Clifton. And that's a good chunk of yards out to the 23. It'll be 2nd and short coming up.
Decision in the offseason to kind of get a security blanket, knowing that they'd have a rookie quarterback with big Yassine, who was kind of that for Ron Cochran last season in Alaska. And as you can see right there, he just makes life easy for them, where he doesn't have to force the ball down the field in double or triple coverage.
Another interesting formation, definitely a run formation, as Murray gets the handoff and the first down out to the 27.
Sometimes it's not about the size of the game, but the timeliness of that gain. And right there, they only needed 1 yard to convert to be able to get a fresh set of downs. Warren got 4. Good work, O-line blocking, getting a hat on a hat. See what they do next.
2 backs in the backfield for Johnson. Johnson with a 3-step drop. He's going to zing it over to Murray. Murray making men miss and then gets absolutely annihilated by Arrington as he gets about a couple on that play.
The Pharaohs try to throw a zone blitz at Houston there. Houston's, kind of Kentez didn't like what he saw downfield. Just checked it down, let Murray do what he does, gain a couple yards, make second down a little easier.
Just about 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Murray with another run and another big hit. That time Tank Bennett coming up in the lane to lumber. It's going to be 3rd and manageable from the 34 coming up.
Pharaoh's defense is kind of hitting like they got something to prove out there. The last 2 licks they laid on Murray, it's like they don't have an affinity for him like the rest of the Hyenas do. You know, stay tuned and find out if they're going to keep it up.
They played a really good defensive game against the Atlanta Swarm last week. Unfortunately for them, coming away in a loss. This time, another first down for Houston as Ajlani makes it out to the 42-yard line, and they'll move the sticks once again.
Better read this time by Kentez Johnson. The Pharaohs came again with the corner cat blitz on the weak side, strong side of the play. He had the time to hot route Badir Ajlani to a quick out, hit him in stride. Badir got the ball in, feet down. First down, Houston.
What you think of these teal jerseys that Houston's rocking today here, Max?
I see they're trying to pay homage to the DC Dragons with their own spin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I see you, Demond. I see you.
Warren Murray gets about nothing on that play. They'll mark him down at the 43. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up here. Good play by New Orleans.
It is a great play by New Orleans, but sometimes it's the little things that don't come up in the stat sheet. Warren Murray just prevented a 5-yard loss. He got caught in the backfield, but off his spin move, he was able to negate the loss there to give Houston a chance on 2nd down.
Ryan Michaels is absolutely right in the chat. Be sure to slap that like button while you guys are here listening in. Checking out this awesome SFL game as Johnson is going to throw. He's got a deep throw over the middle, and that was where he ran into trouble again. Could have been another pick, but this time falls incomplete. Bad
read there by the young man. He had a clean pocket. I guess he misread what the defense was trying to do there. The Pharaohs coming out in that 3-3-5, 2-bump defense where they're playing man on the outsides, and the receivers won't open on that down. He should have found a different target to hit.
Apparently they are blue uniforms and not teal. The good Demond Simien making sure that we were corrected.
Spin on it. That's what I meant. Telecast, brother. I got this.
And they're going to mark that as a fumble. I'm not sure if I agree with that. New Orleans comes up with a football regardless, but I would say that's more of an incompletion than anything else.
Time play by the Pharaohs, though, because as we've been stated, that defense is coming to play this game. They're laying the lumber, and on this one, they try to hit him on a deep post. The safety came barreling down to Badir Ajlani, forced that fumble, maybe incompletion. We'll see what the ref says if DR Sims decides to throw that challenge flag.
It's definitely a good hit by Tank Bennett. Tank Bennett's throwing a couple decent hits early on in this ball game, and looks like we are going to get that challenge flag from old DR on the sideline.
The Hyenas are challenging for the return of possession prior to the fumble.
It did not look like a catch. He did not have time to get a hands on the ball, 2 feet down in a football move. It looked like it was a bang play. As soon as he gets his hands on the ball, as you can see right here, the ball comes out loose. That looks like an incomplete to me, but we all know about Ref 62.
Oh, Ref 62. We'll see what he has to say here. Maybe it's a clipping call.
The receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a fumble. The Hyenas will not be charged.
So they will overturn the ruling on the field. So it's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. So Houston's going to have to punt instead of giving up a fumble there. Either way, New Orleans is going to get the ball here.
Again, by the New Orleans defense. Man, as you said, stated earlier, they balled out last week against Atlanta. Atlanta just was able to put together a last-minute drive to walk out of there with a W. So New Orleans, defensively, they look like they got it together. Let's see if the offense could support what the defense is doing.
Fielded right around the 20-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 22, and that is where Xander Golden Company are going to take over for their next possession of this first quarter.
Coming into this game, the Pharaohs had the worst passing offense in the league. Matt, the only dependable guy really on the outside. Let's see if the young guys, with these so far in this season have gotten better and able to support Xander Gold.
And Gold throws that one out to Matt Wolf. We were talking about him. Unfortunately for him, unable to keep the feet in bounds. They'll mark that as an incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
That was actually a very good play they ran there. The execution was a little lackluster. We're hoping, to see them tighten it up as the season goes on and see these young guys get better and better and more confidence, so they could, you know, maybe make a run at the playoffs in the second half.
Gold in an offset I formation. He'll hand it off to Bonkers. Houston was ready for that, though, as he gets wrapped up in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. Great play by this Houston defense.
Job there by Elvis Cooper of that Houston defense. It looked like right there, like the old Tecmo Bowls when you pick the same play and the whole defense blitzes. That's what kind of looked like right there where they got that 3-yard loss on the Pharaohs.
Tecmo Bowl, man, haven't played that in ages.
That's over, isn't it?
Gold is going to throw in the 5 set here, and oh my goodness, was that a catch? A one-handed grab by Matt Wolf extends the drive for the Pharaohs. That is unbelievable. Please give us a replay.
Full job there by Matt Wolf trying to show out after that incompletion on first down.
Woo!
Reaching out with the one hand on the deep post, and then hanging on to the ball when the safety came barreling into his chest. A great job, Matt Wolf. Xander Gold on that connection. First down, Pharaohs. Can y'all continue this drive?
Gutsy throw and even gutsier catch for Wolf. And like I said, that extends the drive here for the Pharaohs. Facing 3rd and long, now a 1st and 10. This one being dropped off to the tight end. He'll get a gain of 4 on the play. And I believe that was Lee out there on the catch.
By Broccoli squatting in the zone, taking what the defense is giving you, giving a big, nice, wide target to his young quarterback to kind of help his confidence grow as this game goes on.
Deion Hawkins in the chat noticing those DC Dragon homage jerseys. Donk Bonkers getting a handoff. He'll get out to the 47-yard line. Will it be 3rd and manageable coming up?
Pharaohs again coming out in that I spread look, trying to get Dunk on the edge of the defense with that strong outside zone. You know, got a little more gain. Got another 4. Got 3 yards. I'm sorry. Hoping for the Pharaohs to have a little shorter ways to go to pick up this next first.
3rd down, crowd on their feet here in Houston. Houston jumping offside, so it'll be a 1st down regardless. Bonkers got plenty of room on the left-hand side, though, so they will decline that penalty, and he will make it into Houston territory off of that great run.
Nice job there by Xander Gold of just changing up that cadence, getting the Houston defender to jump offside. Even better job by Don Bunker to outrunning that Houston defender to the sideline, and then being able to break that initial tackle and almost breaking that second tackle to make that kind of race to the end zone.
MediaTek Institute, one of the many sponsors here in the SFL. Do what you love what you do. Alongside APM Music. You're watching the SFL Network presented by APM Music on YouTube today. Eric Vinson alongside Max Paul. Here in Houston for the Pharaohs taking on the hometown Hyenas, and Bonkers goes absolutely nowhere. And there's going to be a 2nd and long coming up here.
Elvis Cooper came to play today, man. I don't know what he ate his Wheaties today or what it is, but he's making living in the Pharaohs' backfield. The Pharaohs got to take notice and put a hat on this young man.
2nd and 11 from the 45. Less than a minute to go here in the opening quarter. 4 wideouts for Gold. He'll take a short drop, zing it over the middle, and he's got 1st down yardage out to the 32-yard line, where that will probably be our final play of the 1st quarter.
There, the Pharaohs came out in an ace quads look again to hit that 90 tight end out, where young reliable, is that something I could use? Matt Wolf coming through with a big-time body catch, that's okay. 1st down, keep the chains moving and give him a chance to keep this drive going, and maybe we get some points out of this one.
And that'll do it from the 1st quarter of action here in Houston. 0-0 is our score, but the Pharaohs are driving, looking good on this possession. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Back live here in Houston. 1st and 10 from the 32 for Xander Gold and company. Gold is going to throw. He'll zing it out over to Bonkers. Bonkers out of the backfield with plenty of speed, and he'll make it out to the 24-yard line for a gain of 8.
Bonkers, again, the league-leading pass-catching tailback, showing why he is exactly that. Not only they set up a screen there to attack Houston's defense, Houston getting a little too aggressive there, able to get a nice 8-yard gain, show us a little zip after that catch there to get that 8 yards.
Just about into the SFL red zone is New Orleans. Houston stacking the box here, anticipating a run. They will get one. Bonkers weaseling his way through, and he will get first down yardage out to the 21.
Timely first down conversion there for Donk. Great job by the O-line to be able to create a seam for him to attack, though it was only 3 yards. If you get what you need to keep moving the sticks, you're doing a good job.
Another first down for the Pharaohs. Gold is going to throw over to his left. He's got a receiver out to the 15-yard line. They will be in the SFL red zone, and that is Jackson with his first catch today.
Jackson, little run a little quick out from the slot receiver position. The Hyenas came out in a nickel robber look. The outside corner got hung up on the outside receiver trying to bump him and reroute him, and Jackson was able to sneak underneath for that 6-yard gain.
From the 15, Gold shuffling in the pocket, throws over to the left, a good hit. Right as the ball arrived, jarred it loose, and that'll be incomplete, intended for Vickers.
Vickers did a great job of sitting in the zone. Xander Gold, I guess, while reading the field, didn't notice the defense that the Hyenas were sitting in. By the time he got the ball to Vickers, it was too late. Yeah, Ryan Michaels was barreling down on him to force that incompletion.
Big third down here for the Pharaohs. From the 15, he'll hand it off to Bonkers. Bonkers spin move. He's got room on the left-hand side, and he'll get dragged down at the 4. First and goal, Pharaohs.
They on that weak side straight out of ace quads while Houston tried. Houston knew there was a run coming. They came out in a 4-4 defense. They just, that O-line, that slot receiver came in, gave him a nice timely block. That spin move in the home field was so beautiful, so quick by Bonkers. Yards was able to get inside the 5 now, I believe.
Donk is running with some purpose today. I've seen a couple of his games, and there have been times where he's been a little, a little slow looking. Not today, though. As they get Houston to jump off sides once again, they'll probably take that penalty as Bonkers only gets about maybe 1.5 yards.
I'm pretty sure that after this series, let's see what the rest got to say.
Number 52, defense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
That after this series, Demond's going to sit his D-line down to explain to them not to stop giving away free yards. But great job by Xander again, changing up that cadence, that snap count, having to keep Houston on their toes.
Well, especially a guy like Rodney Panani. I mean, giving him the big contract and letting him do his thing, and then he jumps off sides and lets the old ball coach down. Bonkers with another 6 spin move, 2 spin moves, and he's able to get into the end zone for the first touchdown of the ball game.
Awesome job by Dunk. They ran that weak side stretch out of the I spread again. Dunk giving. I'm dizzy watching him because the spin move that he's putting on today on display. Woof.
Absolutely unbelievable. I'm like you, Max. I'm having a loss for words here. That was, I mean, he's just been fantastic so far in this early contest. We'll see if New Orleans can add the extra point. It is up and through. So 7-0 is your score here in Houston as the visiting Pharaohs take the lead. Be sure to check out Richard's Printworks, the official SFL gear provider. Just check the ticker down there for information, phone number, and visit our website as well, simulationfl.net, for more details.
To this game, Houston brought in the number 18 run D in the SFL. Last week, not last week, the last game they played was kind of helped, make those numbers look the way they seem. And they were hoping to come into this game and kind of fix the issues that affected them that game there. It's not looking like those were addressed, but let's see if they can make some adjustments to kind of corral Bonkers.
Josh Fed with the return. He makes it out to the 29, and that's where Houston takes over here. Johnson under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wideouts, 2 towards the bottom of your screen. Johnson is going to throw over to his left, and that is caught by the wily veteran D.R. Sim, the Hall of Famer, and he'll get out to the 33-yard line.
at this 4-yard completion, be like, this nothing, it's a nondescript play. It's a great job by Kentez Johnson of being able to read the Pharaohs defense. They were doubling Badir Chanuli on that play with that 3-dot tee out of the 3-3-5, and he's able to find the backside receiver in DR Sim and get something out of this play instead of forcing it into coverage.
2nd and 6 from the 33. Johnson to hand it off to Murray, who gets out of the first tackle, will not make it out of the second, as he is dragged down at the 34 as we get a look at the numbers here from the running backs.
Good job by Murray there, being able to get out of hot water that he found himself in off that handoff in the backfield to kind of make something out of nothing in that one because his O-line didn't come through with that block.
Johnson with another snap. He'll swing it over to Murray coming out of the backfield. Defense was ready for it, though. Good pursuit as Arrington knocks him down, and it's going to be a 4th down for the Hyenas.
Great job with the Pharaohs there of squeezing down the passing lanes, take away all the threats, forcing Kentez to check it down to Murray, and then rallying to the ball to stop Murray short of the 1st down.
Get you guys a quick Score Stream update. Score Stream, the official scoring app of the SFL, free to download on both Apple and Android. Tallahassee with a 3-point lead at home over the Lobos of Dallas, and Denver with a 7-point lead at home over the visiting Gladiators of St. Louis. Our score here 7-0 as New Orleans will get another shot after they scored their first touchdown on the last possession. You thinking we're going to see more of Donk Bonkers on this drive here, Max?
The saying is, if it ain't broke, don't break it, right? Or something like that. So if I'm the Pharaohs, I keep featuring Donk in both the passing game and in the running game until Houston can prove that they could take him away and stop him.
I think the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, I'll take it. I knew you were going with that. Donk making it out to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the swing pass, and a good start on 1st down for the Pharaohs.
Good tackle there by Blake Chance in the open field as Donk was trying to hit him with that spin move again. Great job by the Pharaohs executing that screen pass, give him a 5-yard gain to make the 2nd down a lot easier.
Gold in the gun. He will throw. He's got Bonkers wide open over there. Good pursuit by the Houston defense. Not good enough, though, as he's able to get past the 1st down marker to the 40-yard line.
Donk is becoming a problem, and a problem quickly in this game, that if the Hyenas don't bring him under control, he could win this game for the Pharaohs. Because right now, as a pass threat and as a run threat, he's a headache. It's a handful, and the Hyenas have to take him away. If not, the Pharaohs are going to walk in and walk out of here with a W.
Offset I formation for the Pharaohs this time. Bonkers with another handoff and another spin move, and he makes something out of absolutely nothing, getting a 5-yard gain out of a 3-yard loss.
Bonkers right there on that run gave me he looked like Barry Sanders, in the backfield.
Oh, yes, sir.
He's juking and shaking one way, stops, doesn't see none, juke and shake the other way, stops, doesn't see none, spins off the defender. Oh my gosh, he's in daylight, and 5-yard gain. So that was the most exciting 5-yard gain I've seen so far in this SFL season. So great job by Donk.
2nd and 5 from the 45. Bonkers with another handoff, and this time he will be stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Pharaohs as we get a little trash talking towards the end there between the two parties.
This is a big 3rd down coming up. If the Hyenas could stop them and force a punt to allow Kentez to have a chance to score by halftime, that'd be good. But if the Pharaohs convert, it could be...
That was a little shovel pass there, I think is what we saw. I'm not sure what the flag is, but we'll definitely get a look. And that was shovel pass to the offensive lineman, so we might get an illegal man downfield.
Ineligible receiver.
And that's exactly what we're going to get here. So the Hyenas are going to accept that, and they are going to move him backwards. I'm not sure who he was trying to flick it to there, Max.
Fumbaruski to me, like he hiked the ball and left it on the ground instead of trying to scoop it back up and run with it. But that's illegal, folks. Can't do that.
So instead of a 1st down, it's going to be a 3rd and 7 this time from the 44. 4 wideouts for Gold. Bonkers sidecar right. Gold will take the snap. Good pocket. He's going to throw deep over the middle, and he's got Wolf this time, who's got to step past the defense. He'll get dragged down at the 19 into the SFL red zone by 80 Gage.
Reliable again right there. Xander Gold, clean pocket, standing tall, delivers a strike on that deep post out of the shotgun quads formation over the top of Blake Chance's head. And Young Reliable there with the hands and the wherewithal to catch and turn the field immediately. Houston was able to tackle him after that big gain, though.
Gold is going to throw again. Pressure coming. He gets hit as he's thrown. And that was some good pressure coming in from the linebacker spot. It'll end up being incomplete.
Amy Hutchinson there coming on that delayed blitz. That was a not-so-clean pocket and was able to pressure the young man. But luckily for the Pharaohs, that throw didn't wind up being a fumble. So second down.
Show Business Studios, the official home of the SFL convention. Max and I called our week 1 game there live. That was definitely a good time. As Bonkers gets a handoff again, but he'll get dragged down at the line of scrimmage. Houston ready for it this time.
Great job there by DJ Loveless, stringing the play out, reading the play down the line, making a big-time tackle, forcing the third and along for the Pharaohs to try to convert to keep this drive going.
5 wide for Gold in the gun. Takes the snap. He's got time. He'll throw over the middle, and he's got a man once again. This time I think it was Jackson. Yeah, Jackson coming up with his second reception, I believe, and a big one. It's going to be a 1st and goal for New Orleans.
Big-time play there. Quarterback standing tall in the pocket again. Delivers a strike across the middle on that all-slant play right there. Found Ermac, who was able to bring it in for that big-time first down. Inside the red zone. Let's see what they want to do. They're going to do with it.
1st and goal from the 6. Bonkers in the backfield. Gold under center. He'll hand it off to Bonkers, who gets absolutely destroyed at the line. And it'll end up being a 2nd and goal from the 5. Tackle made by Hutchinson.
Another good play on this drive by Hutchinson. This time coming in, being able to bring Donk down when earlier in the game he was spinning and bouncing off every Houston defender known to man.
Clock creeping inside of 3 minutes. Bonkers will get another handoff. Scoots out of the 1 tackler, but he'll get nailed at the 4. Again, only a gain of 1 as Chad Tackle meets him there at the 4.
Nice job of hustling down the line there by Big Chad Tackle. While Donk spun off the first defender with his hustle, was able to mitigate the damage there to force the 3rd down.
Houston crowd on their feet, chanting defense. As New Orleans is faced with a 3rd and goal, that shuffle pass once again meets Bonkers. But Chad Tackle also meets Bonkers, and it's going to be a 4th and goal from the 7. A field goal try is going to be coming up here.
Was very fortunate in this current play. You see how close Chad Tackle was from taking that pitch. Again, on the replay, you see how close he was. Don, great job of hanging on right there. And now Houston, good job. Force that 4th down. Let's see if the Pharaohs can make this kick.
Zen Lee will attempt the kick here as we hit the 2-minute warning here in Houston. New Orleans trying to take a 10-0 lead. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by ABM Music. Get a look at Chad Tackle on the sideline there. A little extra music. Get everybody pumped up. High snap. Houston looked like they might have been getting there to get the block. But alas, it is a 23-yard field goal from Lee, and New Orleans does take a 10-0 lead on the other side of the 2-minute warning.
Team walking into the Hyenas den. Right now with a 10-point lead. Last game they had a lead as well, and they couldn't hold on to it. Let's see if they've learned their lessons and from that experience.
Lee boots it downfield with 1:57 to go. Fed will field it just outside of his 5-yard line with a spin move, and he will make it out to the 31-yard line. And that's where Kentez Johnson's going to take over with 1:53 and 3 timeouts. What do you expect the Houston offense is going to do here, Max?
Inside 2 minutes, I expect them, with a full slew of timeouts to keep balance their playbook, run it here.
There we go. Looks like we got our signal back. Sorry for the bit of technical difficulties there. Missed a deep bomb over to DR Sim. DR Sim trying to make a spectacular catch, but unfortunately, he is not able to come up with it, so it's going to be a 4th down and 8 for the Hyenas. They're forced to kick it away to New Orleans.
By the Pharaohs there, they were able to throw off the timing. Kentez was expecting DR to be in a different spot. He was going for the post. DR looks like he was going for the corner. Miscommunication there by the Hyenas.
So a punt again from Houston. Bad Leroy Brown's going to field it right around the 25-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 27. And 1:03 left is, it's a good chunk of time for New Orleans to get some more scores on the board.
It definitely is. They have a little confidence now, but again, they're also facing a top 5 team and taking the ball away in Houston. So let's see if Xander Gold can be judicious with this football.
Xander Gold with the handoff to Bonkers, and Doc Bonkers will make it out to the 30-yard line. Maybe a 2nd and 7 coming up here, and looks like we got a down Hyena. That's Rodney Panani laying down on the turf. Hopefully he is okay. We'll get another look here.
Trying to see what happened to Panani there. Looked like he might have got rolled up on that tackle. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he could return to the game. We hate for the Hyenas not to be at full strength and this to be a competitive ball game for both teams.
So with the injury, clock froze at a minute. Xander Gold under center. 2nd and 7 for the Pharaohs. Gold will throw. He'll throw deep over the middle, and what a great interception by the Hyenas defense. That was Tyleek Jones climbing the ladder and getting the interception going the other way for the Hyenas.
Some play there by Tyleek Jones baiting the quarterback, making him think the receiver's open there. They try to cross him up with the receivers. Xander, a little eager to throw the ball. Should have waited a split second longer for his receiver to clear Tyleek. Tyleek came down with the rock, giving the Hyenas a chance as they are now in scoring range.
So a large turn of events here. With still 55 seconds left to go here. Houston with 2 timeouts. Johnson stepping up in the pocket. He will be sacked. And it's going to be a 2nd and 12 coming up as they go no huddle here. Obi Okoye with the sack on the previous play. Johnson's going to throw deep into double coverage, tipped and incomplete.
Quarterbacks inside this trying to run their minute offense haven't looked so hot. Looks like they're trying to force the ball in places where they don't belong instead of taking what the defense gives. Let's see if Houston could get something out of this. Hopefully 5-6 yards to kind of make this next field goal attempt.
Trips towards the top of the screen for Johnson. In the gun, he'll take the snap. Quick fire over to the right-hand side. He's got a man. And that's DR Sim out to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Hyenas.
Hall of Famer, big play DR Sim, being there for his quarterback. Kentez, threading the needle. Excuse me. Threading the needle. You see there, the Pharaohs rookie strong safety, Tank Bennett, misjudged his leap, allowing DR Sim to get behind him for a big-time completion that puts him right there on the 7-yard line, knocking on the door.
First and goal from the 7, 34 seconds left to go here as he's got a man wide open to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. DR Sim with the toe drag.
10 toes down, brings the ball in, corner. That was a beautiful fade route. The timing was impeccable. Here you see DR running that corner fade. I'm open. Give me the rock, young man. And Kentez gets in the ball right on time, on the dot. We got a game, folks. We got a game. It's 10-7 impending this extra point.
And he's playing in an entirely other league. He got not only 1 foot down, he got 2 foot down, 2 feet down, 2 toes, 10 toes, all of that.
Toes, baby, 10 toes.
Low snap on the extra point. It is up and through, though, and we do have a 10-7 ball game. Completely different ball game than what we thought we were going to see as we were coming up on the 2-minute warning. But with 31 seconds left to go, we'll see what New Orleans wants to do here as they get the ball back on the other side of this kickoff.
This battle of rookie quarterbacks, sometimes it's not which one shines the best, it's which one makes the least amount of mistakes that will allow his team to walk out of here with a win.
Kick away by Houston. Brown's going to field it inside his 5, and he'll bring it out to the 25 with 27 seconds frozen on the clock for the Pharaohs.
Here, I hand the ball off to Donk, let him get his yards, and go into the locker room. No need to put yourself at greater harm with only 27.5.
Tyrone Jones, Demond Simien, Eddie Gage, Pure 2K12, Kerrion Miller, Eddie Gage. I already mentioned Eddie Gage. Getting you a second shout out there, man. Cape, Ace EB, Siege Falco. Good to see all you guys there in the chat right now. As Gold is going to sling it over to the right-hand side, and that will be a gain of 5, but it doesn't look like New Orleans is in any hurry to move the ball.
On that high spread, 90 Z speed under, trying to see if Houston would bite and overplay it somewhere, you know, kind of test the waters. And they stayed home, let him get the little game.
One more play before the end of the first half here as Bonkers gets met with authority at the 33-yard line. And that will do it here from Houston for this first half, and it's been a great first half. New Orleans having the slim lead, 10-7, as we go into the locker room here. 2K Sports halftime show coming at you. Houston going to get the ball on the other side of the break. Welcome back inside Houston, Texas, Hyena Den Park Stadium. It's a gorgeous facility here. And I was mistaken going into the half. New Orleans is actually going to get this second half kickoff. Eric Vinson alongside Max Paul here in the broadcast booth. And we are set and ready to go for second half action. Leroy Brown feeling it inside his 10, following blockers and squeezing his way out to the 31-yard line. We were just talking about this, Max. It's been a good game so far.
Been a nice defensive ball game so far. The Pharaohs looked like they were, you know, kind of had asserted their will so far, and then the young man made a mistake, and the Hyenas were able to make him pay to get on the scoreboard. Let's see if they could, the Pharaohs could calm down and get back to what they were doing, featuring Doc Bonkers.
First and 10 from the 31. Gold is going to throw. He's got a man on the out route there, able to stay in bounds. Great play as he's able to get first down yardage out to the 45-yard line. Vickers with the great play.
Job this time by hitting Roman Vickers in stride as opposed to missing him wide open in the zone defense. Able to shrug off Ryan Michaels for a nice, sizable gain. You know, give the young man some confidence back after that turnover that led to the Hyena points.
So we get a look at Matt Wolf going out. He's at the top of your screen there. He's had a couple great plays keeping New Orleans in this game. Gold under center, and he will have Bonkers in the backfield. Turnaround handoff to Bonkers, and there's that spin move again. Out in the middle of the field, past the defense, and he's out to the Houston 31. Great play by Doc Bonkers.
Showing his, you know, ballerina pirouettes in the backfield, meeting defenders head on. As you see on a replay, bow, they hit him. He shrugs it off like it's nothing, and then he puts his foot in the ground and puts that burst on, and able to get a big-time gain in the heart of the Hyenas defense.
So here we go from the 31. Gold with a first down, zings it over the middle of the field, and another catch. An amazing catch by Wolf. That will extend the drive again out to the 16.
Reliable, showing off again why he's the man in this Pharaohs offense, coming through with that nice slant route. He knows there's a lot of traffic in the area, goes down to make a nice, clean, safe catch, you know, not trying to meet defenders head on. And throw as well by Xander Gold.
Into the SFL red zone. Fresh set of downs for Xander Gold and company. Design screen to Doc Bonkers. Bonkers moving his way past the first down into a first and goal situation down at the 4-yard line. Another great play by Bonkers coming out of the backfield.
The Pharaohs got back to, you know, their kind of bread and butter, at least for this game, is featuring in the middle, on the edges, in the passing game to make life easy for the young quarterback, making his reads easy, attacking the Hyenas defense in all kinds of different facets and different ways.
First and goal from the 4. Pharaohs coming out, guns blazing here outside of the halftime break, excuse me. 9:15 and counting to go. Gold is going to zing it over the middle, and he's got a man. Touchdown, Jackson.
Jackson, big time hard, crossing that middle, the teeth of the Hyenas defense. You see him there with a nice quick in, knowing he's about to get hit. You know, braces for impact as he holds on to that ball for dear life. Great job, Ermac. Great job, Xanago, standing in that pocket, waiting for his receiver to get open.
New Orleans trying to come in and take a W away from Houston on their home turf. It is hard to win in this building, folks.
Yes, but that young team coming in here talking about something. I ain't never scared. What? I ain't never scared. So let's see if the Hyenas, after this halftime break, were able to make some changes as their offense to get a little more effective, to be able to attack this, you know, lately very staunch Pharaohs defense.
So ball is on the tee for New Orleans, up 17-7 now over the hometown Hyenas. Fed will field it at about the 10-yard line, following blockers out to the 30. And it's going to be a first and 10 from there.
Into this game, the Pharaohs had the 19th ranked run defense in the league. I'm surprised the Hyenas didn't come into this game featuring Murray in any and every which way possible. I'm surprised they're so reliant on Kentez to throw the ball as opposed to trying to attack the Pharaohs' so-called weakness.
Kentez takes the snap. He's going to go deep just to start things off, and it's going to be incomplete. And looks like we will not see Rodney Panani for the rest of the game. He will be out with a fractured arm, so that's bad news for this Houston defense.
He gathers, Young man, that's the quickest way to get your behind stuck to the bench. When your quarterback hits you with a beautiful ball like that down the field, and instead of rewarding him for trusting you, you go ahead and drop it and let not only the quarterback, the team, but also your hometown fans down.
2nd and 10 from the 30. Johnson's going to do a delayed handoff to Murray, and Warren Murray makes it out to the 34-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for Houston.
Good job for Houston there, running a little weak counter tray action, get Murray on the edge a little bit, get a small gain, but sizable enough that 3rd down is not now 3rd and forever. It's a manageable 3rd and 6 for Kentez.
Quick score stream update for you. Score stream, the official app of the SFL, free to download on both Apple and Android. We will get that on the other side of this play here as Kentez Johnson finds a man in the middle of the zone, and that is Badiraj Lowney, and he will make a 1st down out to the 48-yard line.
Right there, showing off why he's one of the biggest big play threats in the league. Kentez sits tall in the pocket, plants his back foot, unleashes to that deep post. But they're right in the chest. Got no other choice but to catch the ball. The ball was going to catch him, kind of deal. Brings it in, nice 20-yard gain. Houston is up and moving.
Things getting out of hand in Tallahassee. 30-7, your score there with the Pride on top. As Johnson's going to sling it out to Murray, who's following his blockers. And he'll get a good 9-yard gain on 1st down there, out to the 39-yard line as we get a look at the quarterback numbers here.
See the young quarterbacks, they're kind of trying to get their feet from under them, trying to compete, give the teams a chance. Right here, Houston's putting together a nice drive, 2nd and 1, which means the whole playbook is to Kentez's disposal. Let's see what he decides to pick on this play.
Denver Nightwings also on top, 21-10 over the visiting St. Louis Gladiators. Johnson with another screen over to Warren Murray. However, he was met with authority by Heath McDaniel II, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up here.
Did Heath McDaniel, did he used to wrestle?
He had to have.
Looks so familiar. Like, I seen it on TV early Saturday mornings being applied to guys running across the mat. So I'm just asking. That's why, because he's unleashing some devastating hits on Murray right there.
3rd and 2, and New Orleans was ready for that one. Guess who? Heath McDaniel II getting in there and making the stop for no gain. Houston's going to have to punt here.
Pharaohs being able to plug every hole. Murray, there was one hole left open and Murray misread it. He attacked the middle, the hole was to the right. Houston looks like they're going for it on 4th and 2. Let's see.
Houston not willing to punt the ball away, coming out in a heavy set here. Play clock at 13, still plenty of time to run a play. But it sounds like Johnson is just trying to get the Pharaohs to jump off sides, which they will not, and Houston will burn a timeout here on 4th down.
And what Houston was trying to do there, especially with the way the Pharaohs defense has been real aggressive this game, but in a game that looks like it's going to come down to the wire, especially in the second half, that's not the time where I would have tried to make him jump. I would trust in my defense to be able to stop the Pharaohs to get me the ball back instead of trying to make him jump off sides.
So Brian Adams will punt this ball away on 4th and 2. See if maybe they can pin the Pharaohs back deep. Looks like he's aiming for that corner over there. New Orleans going to let the ball bounce. Houston back there. They're going to slide down, and it's going to be down at the 4-yard line. Great play by the Houston special teams.
I will say this about little number 29, Derek Woodson. He's been balling this entire game. I've been keeping my eye on him on special teams. Whenever Houston punts the ball, that little man there, you see him flying down the field with his head up, trying to get down there as fast as he can, and he's constantly been bringing down the punt returner for the Pharaohs. Great job, Derek Woodson, on that one there.
Offset I formation for the Pharaohs. Bonkers met right at the line of scrimmage. Good play by that Houston front, and he will be marked down for no gain. Haley on the stop.
Haley was able to clean up after Dunkmakers spun off that defender there. Had he not been there, Dunkmakers probably would still be running. So, great hustle by Carter Haley there to come down from the defensive end spot.
6 minutes to go here in the third quarter as Bonkers gets another handoff, another vicious spin move, and he will make it out to the 11-yard line for a gain of 7 when it should have easily just been a gain of 2.
That Pharaoh's front, hat on hat, get some push on that O-line, creating a little seam for Donk to find to get a big-time 8-yard gain to allow this third down to be really manageable for young Xander Gold.
Gold under center, he will pass. He's hit as he's thrown, and it's going to be incomplete. So a 3-and-out for this Houston defense, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for them.
Elvis Cooper making a living in the backfield right there. Pressure, being able to knock the quarterback down before he's able to complete that pass to his receiver.
So 4th and 3. New Orleans in their own end zone trying to get this out. Houston coming for it, almost got there, but Grasmanis able to get it away. Houston will still have good starting field position as they will mark him down at the 47-yard line. We will pause for a moment from the SFL, and you are watching the SFL on YouTube presented by APM Music.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
We appreciate all of you guys supporting the SFL as well out there in the chat as Warren Murray gets another screen pass. There's been a lot of screen passes today here, Max. That one going for a loss of 2.
That one there, he let Murray finish running his route instead of hitting him in stride to give him a chance to be able to, as he catches it on a move, to make a move after he gets the ball. Hitting him while he's stationary there, he was a sitting duck.
Johnson to throw on 2nd and 12. He's got time. Pocket collapsing around him. He's going to check it down to Warren Murray, who throws a spin move of his own, and he gets nailed at the 45-yard line, where will be a 3rd and long coming up.
There, Quintez be able to manipulate the pocket. Nothing open down the field. Throws a strike to Murray, who in turn is able to get a 5-yard gain out of there. It's 3rd and long, which is not favorable, but let's see if Houston can turn around and continue this drive.
High snap for Johnson. Blitz coming. He throws it over to the right, and that's going to be incomplete. Good play by the secondary out there to force the incompletion.
There by Rollerman Hood coming down and being able to just close that gap between him and that receiver on that jump ball, and even having a chance to bring it in his own self. So good job there by Rollerman with that closing speed.
So another punt for Houston coming up here on 4th and 8. New Orleans coming after it, almost get there. Houston's they're gonna let it bounce, but they're gonna run it right into the end zone where it'll be a touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 coming up from the 20.
Number 29, man, that little Derek Woodson, he's the up back in their punt team. Like, whenever they punt the ball, just watch him. As soon as the ball is kicked, he just taking off downfield, just flying. To me, it's incredible to watch. It's fun right there. I like the hustle.
Everybody's been hustling today. We've got a good ball game. 17-7, your score, as New Orleans will take over off of the punt, and Donk Bonkers gets nailed in the backfield by Chad Tackle. And it looks like after that first possession coming out of the half there, Max, that Houston has made some corrections here, and Bonkers has not been quite as effective.
Tackle right there took out a little bit of his season-long frustrations on Donk with that tackle in the backfield there. I know Chad Tackle was looking to have a big-time season, and he's not being as successful so far as he'd like.
Gold is going to throw this time. He's got Jackson. Jackson stays in bounds until he steps out at the 24. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up as we get a look at the replay.
There by Xander, reading the field, nothing. Hits his receiver there with plenty of green in front of him. Jackson got that young man. You got to learn to turn upfield quicker and, be able to do more damage instead of catching the ball and just be happy with the fact that you caught it.
All rookie wide receivers for this Pharaoh offense. Matt Wolf being the 37th pick in the second round. The others being undrafted. As Gold is going to throw, and he's got big bad Leroy Brown, and he's out at the 36-yard line for a first down.
Oh no! Oh no! Eddie Gage is down for Houston. That is not good. That is not good for
that
the
is
Hyenas.
bad news. Let's get a look at what happened here. Gage comes in to make the tackle. I'm not sure. Maybe he kind of fell on top of him there. What happened? But we'll definitely wish a speedy recovery to Eddie Gage. Having already lost Rodney Panani, this Houston defense is looking a little thin right now. First and 10 from the 36, offset I formation. Two wideouts towards the top of your screen. Gold is going to throw to his fullback. Tries to throw a stiff arm, but he will get maybe a gain of 1 on that play. It'll be second down coming up.
Job by Houston, taking away all the downfield threats right there, forcing Xander to check it down and being able to rally to the ball and really put a stop to the play before it even gets started for just a 1-yard gain.
Pure 2K12 coming up with the question, will Houston have any players after this game? That's a valid question, as they seem to be dropping like flies, especially on the defense. But the defense still holding strong, as Chad Tackle says, hey, I'm still here. Throws Xander Gold to the turf. It'll be 3rd and 12 coming up.
Made a grave mistake on this play here, blocking Chad Tackle one-on-one, leaving the center by himself to having to deal with that mountain of a man. And as you can tell, if you block Chad one-on-one, it's usually a recipe for disaster. Great job by Chad Tackle, bringing Xander down for that loss.
3rd and long for the Pharaohs. Houston on their feet here, trying to will their defense to a stop. Gold will pump fake. He'll throw it over the middle, tipped in the air, and it is incomplete. Looks like Wolf had a step on the defense, but the pass was just a bit short.
Job there by the Hyenas defense, being able to put some pressure on Xander Gold, having to, right there, their pockets collapsing, throwing it earlier than he liked, right into coverage in the right place at the right time. I know he would have hoped that he was able to bring it down, but forcing a 4th down and forcing the Pharaohs to punt is maybe not just as good, but it's still good enough.
It'll work for the time being for sure, as a 4th and long comes up here for New Orleans, and they'll have to punt. Grismanis with another punt here. We'll see if Houston comes after this one. They will not. In fact, they'll set up a return. Fed feels it at about the 25, where he'll get stood up and eventually dragged down at the 31-yard line of Houston.
A way to just, be able to put Kentez Johnson in manageable conditions. When it's been 3rd and short, he's looked beautiful. When it's been 3rd and a million, he struggled, as any young quarterback would. Murray got to be more productive in the running game. That's first and foremost.
Definitely, run game has been a bit anemic today for the Houston offense. Johnson is going to throw to start things off, and another screen pass as Murray is met at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a 2nd and 11, in fact, coming up.
The Pharaohs, great job taking away the downfield threats, forcing Kentez to check it down. They've been doing a masterful job for the most part of this game, taking away DR Sim and Badir and forcing Kentez to find secondary and tertiary receivers to kind of get this offense going.
Johnson to throw again. He'll throw it over to the left-hand side a little late, as he had DR Sim, but he was already out of bounds when he caught it.
Miscommunication there between DR Sim and Kentez. He was hoping for Sim to stop. Sim was looking for him to go, and right there the wires got crossed.
Can't ever cross the streams. Johnson with 5 wideouts. He's in the gun. Trips towards the bottom of your screen. Johnson's going to throw, pressure coming. He'll throw over to the right, tipped in the air, and is incomplete. Looked like he might have had an open receiver, but the Pharaohs secondary shuts it down.
Coleman Hood coming up big again, climbing that ladder, knocking that ball away from Badir Jaluli running that corner route. The safety was sitting on top, over the top as well, so for additional support. Not a good throw again, they were stuck in 3rd and long. It's not a place that you want to put a young quarterback in.
Quick score stream update. Tallahassee with a firm lead over Dallas, 38-7 there against the Lobos. And Denver with a 28-13 lead over the St. Louis Gladiators, as Leroy Brown brings it up to the 36-yard line, and that is where New Orleans will take over for their next possession of the 3rd quarter.
Pharaohs get back to featuring Donk, in the passing game and the running game, or are they going to try to have Xander Gold try to continue to lead this game for them? Because if it's the latter, I don't like it, even against this depleted Houston defense that we're looking at.
Gold will be under center. He's got 4 wideouts. In trouble in the pocket. He'll throw it out to Bonkers, who makes it out to the line of scrimmage. But honestly, that was probably the best case scenario for the Pharaohs at that situation.
It was not a good-looking play. Xander drops back to pass. Nothing's open. And then he retreats further back into his own territory and then chucks it with his eyes closed. That is not something that the Pharaohs want to see further in this game. Good job with the Hyenas for blanketing the receivers of the Pharaohs there.
2nd and 10, little shovel pass, and again it goes nowhere. The shovel pass is a good play to kind of have in your playbook, but Houston has shut it down the couple times that New Orleans has used it.
Yeah, for New Orleans, this is not the time to get cute with stuff like that, because again, it was really close that the defensive lineman was able to just take it out of the quarterback's hands. Now they've set their quarterback up to be in the 3rd and ridiculously long against the Hyenas defense, and I don't like it.
5 wideouts, bunched receivers towards the top. He'll throw it that direction, and he's got reliable Matt Wolf, and he'll make it out to the 40-yard line. It'll be another 1st down for the Pharaohs.
There by Xander Gold, standing tall in the pocket with Chad Tackle barreling down into his lap. Here you see young, reliable Matt Wolf being able to run a corner route. Houston was in press coverage there for some odd reason on 3rd and forever, which allowed young, reliable to get behind the defense.
And that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Heading into the 4th quarter of play, New Orleans with a 17-7 lead over the Houston Hyenas. Coming back for the 4th quarter here on the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Eric Vinson alongside Max Paul for this great game coming from Houston. The upstart New Orleans Pharaohs trying to put a halt to their losing streak and get a win over the Hyenas at home, as Gold will throw it over to Bonkers coming out of the backfield, and Bonkers has been impressive today as he makes it out to the 35-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd and 5. And I don't know what the update is on Eddie Gage, as our stats guy has pushed up the 2K stats. So unfortunately, we'll just have to see if Eddie Gage pops up again. Handoff again to Bonkers. Bonkers doesn't make it out of the backfield, and it's going to be a 3rd and 5 coming up here. Good play by the Houston defense.
Who's back? 2 scoops is back on the field, the Hyenas, and gets a big-time stop. Now, this 3rd down is big for both teams. If the Pharaohs can convert, they have a chance to score and wind this lead. If the Hyenas could stop the Pharaohs here, they can force them to punt and get the ball back to Kentez Johnson and their offense.
So definitely some good news for the Houston defense, seeing Eddie Gage back out there. Gold is going to throw it, and he's got another 1st down and another catch for Matt Wolf, who has been the go-to target for Gold today.
Reliable man, it looks like he's starting to make a name for himself and asserting himself into this game. He's come up with several key catches, being the reliable target for Xander Gold and kind of a security blanket. Young reliable.
Young reliable, you got it right, man. Handed off to Bonkers, who's got plenty of room on his left-hand side. Finally brought down by Blake Chance, but it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 12 into the red zone.
By that Pharaohs O-line being able to get to their zones, to get to their blocking assignments. Here you see Xander outrunning Chad Tackle. The O-line does a great job of driving the guys out of the way, and if it's not for Blake Chance, Donk is in the end zone dancing. MediaTek Institute, sponsor of the SFL. Do what you love what you do.
as Xander Goal is going to take another pass. He's going to check it down over to his fullback, I believe, but he does not have the speed and capability that Doc Bonkers does. He'll be stopped for a loss of 1 on the play.
Houston be able to rally to the ball, force the Hyenas into a loss. 2nd and 11 now. The Hyenas, time is waning. Let's see if they do able to come away with a big play here.
2nd and long, handoff to Bonkers, and oh man, what a play. Chad Tackle getting in there and absolutely blowing up Bonkers in the backfield.
I see the frustration, big man. I see the frustration taking out every time he gets a chance to hit dunk in the backfield. I feel the hit that he applies to dunk in the backfield. So great job there by Chad Tackle, who's not in on this down, which is surprising.
3rd and 14. Trips towards the top of the screen. Gold going to throw that way again, and it could have been picked off. This time it'll fall incomplete. It'll be 4th and 14 coming up. A field goal chance for New Orleans on the way.
And it was another 3rd and long where I don't like to see these young quarterbacks placed in. And then the Hyenas did a great job of blanketed the receivers. I know they would have liked Tyleek Jones to come away with that turnover, but they're able to force the Pharaohs to have to try this field goal right here.
Zen Lee to attempt another field goal, already 1 for 1 today. This one from 33. Good snap, kick up and away, and it is through from 33. So New Orleans will extend their lead to 20-7 as we get another look here at the field goal attempt.
Coming into this game, you watch this game going on and you're like, hey, the Pharaohs, if you didn't know anything about either team, like, wow, the Pharaohs look kind of good. Coming into this game, the Pharaohs had the next to last offense in the SFL. They're growing right before our eyes, and it's a nice revelation to see, and it's great to have this type and this level of competition going forth in the second half of this season.
Josh Fedd will bring his kickoff return out to the 30-yard line. Will be exactly 8 minutes left to go in the ball game for Houston to kind of right the ship here and get a score on the board.
8 minutes left, down 2 scores. Kentez, you don't want to put this kind of a heavy burden on your young quarterback, but at this point, there's no other choice. He got to be the man.
1st and 10, handoff to Warren Murray. Got a good hole up the middle, but it's closed up there pretty quick as Tank Bennett comes up, makes the play. 2nd and 5 coming up.
It's 5-yard gain there, but so far this game, Murray's only had 9 carries in a game that's been close since jump. You'd like to have more balance for Houston to allow Murray to maybe get warmed up and be able to attack this Pharaohs defense.
From the 34, Johnson in the gun. He's got pressure coming. He's going to throw it over to his left, and he's got a man. DR Sim, what a jump and catch from the Hall of Famer out to the 43-yard line of New Orleans.
Lyric by Public Enemy, refuse to lose. And right there you see DR Sim, Hall of Famer, leading the best way a big-time playmaker can. By young man, throw me the rock. I'm going to find a way to come down with it. And that's what he did on that play right there.
Heavy set formation for the Hyenas, offset eye. Johnson under center, he's going to check it down to Murray, and these screen passes just have not worked today against this New Orleans Pharaoh defense.
A heavy formation, a heavy set formation. You'd have thought they were looking to run the ball, but just that play's execution didn't look right to me. Great job on the Pharaohs by, forcing the Hyenas to look that way on that play.
2nd and 13 from the 46. Johnson's going to throw a deep pass over to the left. This time, New Orleans ready for it, and that's Aaron Arrington swiping the ball down there.
Pull off on that play. DR Sim comes off that line, gets bumped a little, which slows down his route running. Kentez having the ball, hold the ball a split second longer, allowing for Aaron Arrington to break on it. Luckily for them, it wasn't a pick six because there wasn't anybody in that backfield that was going to catch Aaron run down the sideline.
So 3rd and long now for the Hyenas. Trips towards the bottom of the screen. He's going to throw towards the middle of the field, and he's got DR Sim. Tackle made at the 23-yard line, but the Hall of Famer does it again and extends the drive.
He plays been all DR Sim, and again, it's, you know, when in doubt, throw it to your clutches, throw it to your most reliable, and DR Sim is that man for the Houston Hyenas.
He has been absolutely critical to this Houston drive here, as he's caught 2 balls now that have extended the drive and putting them into field goal range here at the 23. Johnson from under center. He's going to get sacked behind the line. That's Cornelius Arthur coming in on the blitz.
By the Pharaohs. Good job by Kentez as well. They had a screen set up. The Pharaohs squatted on the screen. Hood was sitting in Murray's lap. Had Kentez thrown that ball, it was a sure interception. Kentez sometimes got to eat the sack just to let the drive survive.
5:30 left to go in regulation. Johnson from the shotgun. He's going to throw over to the left-hand side. Did he get DR Sim? No, they'll call him incomplete. Again,
Timing's a little off between Kentez and DR. And then you saw Aaron breaking on that ball as well. So just a cavalcade, the things that the synapses didn't fire properly on that one. Let's see what they do on this 3rd down.
Another 3rd and long for the Hyenas. Trips towards the top of the screen. 5 wideouts total in the gun. Johnson, good pocket. He's going to throw towards the middle, and that is incomplete. Plenty of bodies over the middle of the field, and he was looking for Fed on the catch there.
Arrows, multiple defenders, disrupting the pass routes of the Hyenas. Excuse me. Kentez there led his receiver just a little too much, which allowed the Pharaohs to be able to kind of break up the timing of that play.
And you've said it, putting these young quarterbacks in these 3rd and long situations is just a recipe for disaster. As Houston will attempt a field goal here. It's going to be a long one as the snap is high. Kick is up and away, and it is through from 46. So a big kick by Griffin, and Houston will go ahead and make this a 2-possession ball game.
Good job by Irvin Brown. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong name. Good job by James Ward, be able to get the ball down, laces forward, so his kicker could go ahead and put it right through the uprights. Houston has a chance. Time is getting really limited on them, but if they're able to force the turnover, even better. You never know. Are they looking to onside right now? I can't really tell. No, they're gonna kick it deep.
No, they're gonna kick it deep here. Yeah.
3 and out. Maybe a turnover to give them a chance to kind of, put another quick score up. Let's see if the Pharaohs decide to throw the ball or continue to lean on dunk bunkers this game.
Brown with the return, and he'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And get a little score stream update here. 20-10 your ball game here in Houston. Over in Tallahassee, they are still holding a large lead over the visiting Lobos, 38-7, and the Denver Night Wings with a 35-13 advantage over the St. Louis Gladiators. First and 10 from the 30. Pass thrown over the middle, and that is caught for a 7-yard gain, and that is Matt Wolf with another reception. And good God, look at his numbers today.
Reliable, just showing off now. Just a routine carry across the middle. He's like, you know what? Let me show y'all what I could do. Snatches it with one hand, gets a nice 7 yards. Moving, the clock is moving, which is not good for Houston.
Gold under center, 4 wideouts. He'll hand it off to Bonkers, who's trying to be patient following his blockers, and he will make it out to the 38-yard line. It'll be no gain. 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Pharaohs.
The Hyenas stringing that play out. Looks like they had a strong power that A squads set up, and though Dunk was able to break the first tackle, BJ Loveless showing no love for Dunk there.
3rd and short from the 38 for the Pharaohs. Clock continuing to tick away. as Bonkers will get another handoff, and he will power his way through past the first down marker out to the 41-yard line. Another fresh set of downs for the Pharaohs.
On Bonkers there showing a little bit of power. We saw his agility earlier in the game with the spin moves and the jukes. This one here puts his head down, understands he needs a short gain, but had to drive through multiple defenders, and he's able to turn up that first down for that critical first down for the Pharaohs.
It is not looking good here for Houston, as they are down 10, and the Pharaohs are thoroughly controlling the possession of the ball. Snapped with 2 on the play clock. Bonkers going to bring it out to the 45-yard line, so a gain of 4, but really New Orleans just wanting to drain this clock.
Nice run there by Donk, 4-yard gain, keeping that clock moving, 2 hands on the ball for safety so he doesn't drop it. Houston got to come up with a big-time play here. At this point, they can't even wait to force a 3 and out. They got to force a turnover.
Inside of 3 minutes, Gold under center, Bonkers in the backfield. Houston anticipating the run, showing blitz. Snapped with 2 on the clock once again. Bonkers with his spin move, and he will make it out to the 46-yard line. Only a gain of 1. Good play by the Houston defense.
Out by B.J. Loveless to be there to clean up what his team started. Dunk with another nasty spin move off a Houston defender. If not for Loveless, Dunk could still be running.
So we will get one more play before the 2-minute warning here on 3rd and 5. Gold in an I formation. Bonkers dots the I. Bonkers with another handoff. He will get dragged down just shy of the first down marker. So Houston will get the ball back on the other side of the 2-minute warning. It is 20-10 here in Houston. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Two minutes to go here, and we've got a New Orleans punt upcoming with the Pharaohs up by 10, 20-10. Houston trying desperately to hang on here at home. Fielded at about the 14-yard line is Fed, and Fed probably should have called for the fair catch there. They'll mark him down at the 15, and Houston's got a ton of real estate to work with here.
Let's see if the Pharaohs can remain disciplined and stay home on Demond Simien Badir, and not forgetting about big target Yassine Clifton. If they fall asleep on any one of those 3, that's for Houston to be able to score here.
1:52 left on the clock. 1st and 10 from the 15. Bunched receivers towards the bottom of the screen for Johnson. Johnson with a 3-step drop. Has pressure in his face, and he's going to go down. 2nd and 16 coming up as they go no huddle.
It's a nice blitz there by the Pharaohs.
Johnson to throw deep over the middle, and that's knocked down by the secondary. Tank Bennett knocking it down, and you saw Obi Okoye getting in for his sack at the play before.
3rd and long again for this young quarterback against this very stingy Pharaohs defense so far today. If I'm Houston, I'm hoping for at least a 10-yard gain here to come back on 4th, because 4th and 16 is not favorable at all.
Snap from Johnson. Johnson's going to throw over the middle. He's got a man out to the 20-yard line, but Houston's going to have to burn another timeout. Demond Simien with another clutch catch, and they'll have 4th down coming up here.
Yeah, like I said, 10 yards. They were able to get that, which makes this a lot more manageable. Kentez won't have to sit in the pocket forever to let a receiver get open. They have a chance here to convert. Let's see if the Pharaohs can climb down, though, and kind of shut the door on this game.
Minute 31 to go here on 4th and 6. Johnson fires it over the middle, and he's got Badr Ajlani out to the 42, where Houston will burn their last timeout.
There, Houston, execution-wise, by the O-line, giving the young quarterback some time. off this left edge. He's able to unleash a rocket to Badir on that deep post route. Good job. Let's see if Houston now, with no timeouts, is able to get a quick score to give him a chance.
1:26 left on the clock here. 1st and 10 after that big conversion on the connection from Johnson to Ajlouni. Johnson takes the snap. He'll throw it over to his right, and he's got a man. Clifton throwing a vicious stiff arm and getting the first down to boot. Also getting out of bounds and stopping the clock. Great play by the veteran tight end.
There by the security blanket, Yassine Clifton being able to reel the catch in, turn upfield, get the first, and get out of bounds to stop the clock for the Houston Hyenas.
First and 10 from the 46, excuse me. Check down over to Ajlouni, I believe. No, that was Fed with the catch. They're going to go no huddle here on the 6-yard gain. Bunched receivers towards the bottom of your screen. Johnson, quick throw. He's got a man over the middle of the field, and that's DR Sim once again out to the 17. Minutes to go as they go no huddle. Johnson urging the troops up to the line. He will have 1st and 10 here. He will have a man in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Houston, and they just kept this a ball game.
Ken says, quick strike, being able to score, giving his team a chance. You know, now they're down 3. No, they don't have any timeouts, but they got to make the extra point and hope for a kick later on. But again, you see here, great job. Kentez puts the ball on the dot, where a spot where DR Sim can catch the ball and not have to have any contact as he's sliding to the ground to make the catch.
So Griffin will line up for this important extra point here with 49 seconds left to go. You mentioned it, no more timeouts, Max. Trying to make this a 3-point game. It is through the upright, so it is 20-17 now, as Houston will set up for the onside kick.
The question to ask before the onside is made is, where was this from Houston all game long?
Absolutely.
You know, desperation time to unleash their offense. That's what always baffled me in 2-minute offenses. Why you don't do this all game and wait for the last 2 minutes of the game? It's crazy to me.
Griffin got a good hop on that, but I don't think his kicking team was ready for it, as New Orleans will field that kick, and that'll pretty much be game over there.
There by Maurice Howard for the Pharaohs of reeling in that onside kick there, and Miles, all the Pharaohs have to do is make sure they execute this play properly and not fumble it, and they're gonna walk out of here with the W.
Victory formation for the Pharaohs. Gold will take the knee, so Houston will fall to 3-3 on the year. And New Orleans will finally stop that 3-game losing streak and will improve to 2-4 as they both have games next week. So I'm pulling up the schedule here. Pharaohs are actually going to be going back home and hosting the upstart San Francisco Sharks, who have been playing much better as of recent. And Houston will be traveling to Oklahoma to take on the Desperados in Greenwood District Stadium.
Games right there slated for next week. I'm excited to hear to see both of those, especially if the Pharaohs can kind of recreate the magic they captured this game here and walk into the Hyenas den and be able to walk away with the W. And if the Hyenas can kind of lick their wounds now, that's 2 straight they done lost, and able to kind of get it back going against the now red-hot Tulsa Desperados, who coming into this week have won 2 straight.
As we get a look at the 2K Sports post-game show, final stats and highlights. Do you have any other thoughts before we send the people home here, Max?
Very surprising again that in this game the Hyenas did not lean on Murray to run the ball, especially seeing that the Pharaohs' run defense was one of the league's worst. Having to kind of put Kentez in those inopportune situations of 3rd and long is kind of what doomed them, because the Pharaohs clamped down when the game was still kind of up for grabs, and were able to make him pay for his mistakes.
be sure to tune in for plenty of other SFL action coming up this afternoon and going into this evening. We will be live on Twitch tonight, so be sure to check all of that out. Schedule there on Discord as well as our website, simulationfl.net. For Max Paul and all of our crew deep in the heart of Texas in SFL headquarters, my name is Eric Vinson. Thank you guys for coming out today, and have a good rest of your evening.